Hello and welcome to Soaking Up Life with me, Emily Atack, the show that is all about glorious transformations. I can see you beaming at me already. I love it.
I love to see you to your face.
Today is Strictly Superstar turned Dancing on Ice judge, and she certainly danced her way into the nation's hearts. It's Oti Mabuse. Thank you so much for coming to see me.
Pleasure. I just realised my boobs are out.
Keep them
the
out.
Children are watching.
Keep them out, please. How are you?
Really good. How are you, most importantly?
I'm
not
fine.
important right now.
Well, you've just been through the exact same thing, so
yes.
we'll absolutely get to that. First of all, congratulations on another hugely successful Dancing on Ice series.
Thank you.
Obviously going from Strictly Pro,
Yeah.
the Strictly Pro,
Oh, bless.
the fave.
Stop
Let's face it. You were. Come on.
Get my braids right.
What's that transformation been like? What's that transition been like, going from kind of being the performer to then judging performances?
I think I will be honest. At first, it was a little bit daunting because you're going from the biggest show that everyone loves.
It really is.
And I love, Strictly is home, love Strictly. But people don't necessarily hear you talk. People don't get to hear your opinion. Yeah. To another show that's, again, loved by the nation, but now people are very aware that you have an opinion and you might not like something and you might like it, and everyone is a judge. When you're watching all these shows, everyone is a judge. So what you say controls really how someone lost in a competition, what they think about themselves, what the audience thinks about you, the type of judge you're going to be. The trolling then starts. So it's a big change. But I think right now, 3 series in, I'm kind of more like, I don't care. I said what I said and I said it with my chest.
But I think with you're so positive and you're just so lovely and warm. I actually think your constructive criticism is very welcomed with people.
Thank you. I try to tell people, instead of what I didn't like, I try to say what I hope they would have done or what I would love to see more. So if you go back, because I know this really worked for me when I was on Strictly, when I knew the things that my celeb couldn't do really well, I would have loved I did love when the judges said, well, I think you can work on your frame better. I think you can work on your footwork better. Because then I go back and then I go work on that with my celeb. So I try to kind of import that, giving them a lot of information of what I'd love to see from you next week.
Would you say you're quite a strict teacher in that way?
Oh, teacher?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't play.
Yeah.
I don't have time to play.
I love
teacher,
that.
No, teacher, I'm very, very strict.
Yes.
And I think I can't help it because I care. And, and it's really not coming from me trying to show you that I'm the boss. It's because whoever I'm partnered with, I care so much about you. And my job is not only to teach you how to dance, but to see your potential.
Yes.
So
also, it's not very fun for you if they can't dance as well. Surely there's got to be a flow.
It's not even about that. Even if they can't dance, for me, it's about, how do I solve this problem?
Yeah. yeah.
It's like, how do we get you to a point where the nation goes, I love the fact that you couldn't dance and now that you can. So that the passion gets even more when they can't dance, because in my head, my Delulu head, which I love that they let me be a little bit Delulu, I was like, they're a champion.
Do you think growing up as a dancer that kind of gave you that patience and focus? Because it must have been, I mean, you must have been doing this since you were tiny.
I'm the least patient person you will meet. I have zero patience. I really have zero patience. I think that's what added to the strictness, where I was like, why can't you walk?
Yeah.
I'm just saying walk.
Yeah.
But I think growing up, dance gave me a lot of confidence in walking into a room. Yeah. With people that I might not know and still feeling okay with myself. But as a dancer, it gave me that discipline. Like when I was training in Germany, especially in Germany, I left South Africa to move to Germany so that I can become a professional sport dancer, like an athlete. And you train that way. When people have Christmas parties, you have lunch and then you go to practice. When people are celebrating New Year's, you practice in the morning, you go to gym, and then you do your 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, thank you, ma'am. The next day, it's a competition.
And how did going from competitions come into Strictly?
So they saw my husband and they were like, ooh, he's cute. Do you wanna do the show? And it was like,
he a dancer too?
Yeah.
Oh,
also a dancer. So he started Strictly before me. And Mutsi was a judge already
Yeah.
on the German one. And then I came as the wife to support my husband.
Mhm.
And they were like, oh, yo, black wife is really pretty. Does she speak German? And they were like, yeah. And Mutsi's like, not only does she speak German, but that's my sister. And they lost their minds.
Wow.
They were like, there's another one of you. And then they asked me to do the show. And I did really well, my first series.
Yes.
And it so happened that someone from Strictly England BBC who goes around to all over 60 Strictlys and checks whether the standard is the same. And they saw me on the German one and they were like, we like that. Would you come? Would you like to do like a camera test for the UK one? I was like, yes, ma'am.
Oh, wow.
And I did the test and then I got the job.
Did you ever sort of feel that there was a pinpoint moment where your life had massively changed? As you say, it's the biggest show on television. How did you deal with that fame?
So in Germany, I did a samba and my dress ripped in half and my bum was out. Then I was that girl.
Happens to me in nightclubs.
Yeah. In the UK, the moment things really flipped for me was when I did my first dance with Danny Mac on my second year.
Right.
Then, like, it just felt like
sort
something
of really started.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I'm here.
Because it's all about the professionals now on Strictly too. They are so famous.
They're amazing as well.
Yeah.
They're so famous. But what happens when you have someone who is trained and can dance already is that it's not always positive. It's positive the first 3 weeks. And then when the favorites start going out, then it becomes negative. Like, you don't deserve to be there. This is unfair. This is not what the show is about.
Yes.
And so it started out great. And then it went,
Right.
and then it went up again. And I think I dealt with it with Danny, just the two of us, really, because we felt like no one could understand what bubble we were in.
Right.
We wanted to win. We were doing our best. We were training so hard. But it just wasn't reflecting that way to the audience. The audience was just like, yeah, well, you can dance anyway, of course.
Yeah.
Of course it looks good. And it's like, no. We've been in the studio for 10 hours.
Do you have a favourite person that you've
I have
Strictly?
favourite moments. I have favourite moments where I
mean, Bill Bailey was amazing.
That's what I mean. So like with Danny, we didn't win. So for me, it was like, oh no, so I have potential to win. Let me try do it. And then Johnny was my first Paralympian, which I'd never had. And then at that point, I was like, I think I'm done.
Right.
And then I danced with Graham Swan, who I fell madly in love with. And he kind of made me fall in love with the show because we had fun. Yeah. We knew we weren't going we were not gonna win.
Yeah.
So
that takes the pressure off a bit.
So
Yeah.
Should we go to the pub?
Yeah.
So we get a drink? Let's go for a drink. Let's go party. Let's go. There was absolutely no pressure. So I fell in love again with the show and not being super competitive. And then I was supposed to dance with Jamie Lang. And it didn't work out. Right. Then I got Calvin, who then was my first win. Yeah. And then and everybody was like, all right, what's next? And I was like, no, I really love the show. Yes. So I'll do it again. Yeah. And then it was a matter of, oh yeah, well now you're going to get the old funny one, whatever. And then I was like, no. Right. We're going to show you.
That's so great. Yeah. I think that was a real kind of moment with Bill Bailey, because I think you're right. Everybody did think it was going to be, the
funny.
Slightly, funny. And he's sort of
a comedian.
Everyone's dad, isn't he? He's like the nation's dad. And then he was just amazing. Yeah. And you had the most incredible chemistry.
He worked so hard. He really worked hard. I think
it just shows if you work hard.
That's the thing. Yeah. That's the thing. Also, people underestimated Bill simply because of how he looks, because of his age, and because of his job.
And you were like, no, we're not having that.
Yeah, but even he was like that. And I think a thing with comedians that I've known and I've learned is comedians are the most competitive people.
They're so serious.
With everything. Yeah. I was like, I thought you'd be
The comedy world ain't fun.
Yeah, no.
No, it's awful.
All of them are very competitive and competitive with everything.
Totally.
And so I was like, okay, we will use that.
This episode is brought to you by Soap & Glory's gorgeous skincare products, including the viral Cloud of Dreams Whipped Night Cream, Glow Your Mind Nourishing Cleansing Balm, and In the Glow How Tonic. a skincare trio made in heaven. So this is really nice.
Okay.
Because this is a cleansing balm that turns into like a milk.
Okay, let's see what do I
Yeah,
have
that's
here.
a good one there. And
Nice
the
cream.
pump's really good on that. Everyone likes the pump.
Hey!
Yeah.
It's really good. Use it. Put it on your neck. Nobody knows. The neck doesn't know what time it is. It's good. Do you know this tonic? I love that it's exfoliating. Do you know what I love about all these products is their names?
Yeah.
Honestly, it's like, yeah, good play on words. Love it. No, I really love it.
Well, I want to ask you about being a mother, because obviously, what has that transition been like for you, being a mother? I mean, you're one of the most recognised faces on television. You're doing everything right now.
Yes.
And then, I mean, it's such the obvious question people ask, how do you juggle it all? How do you do it all?
I have a very, very good partner. Like my husband
that's
is
key, isn't it?
amazing.
Yeah.
He understands that we have to do this 50-50.
Yeah.
One of the things that I experienced while I was pregnant is everyone's trauma. Everyone being like, oh, sleep now, you won't get any sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, teach your husband this. Like you have to. Like, I was so scared because of what other people told me.
I'm scared. This is what people are doing to me.
Don't listen.
They're going, oh, you find it hard now.
Yeah,
Wait till it gets really hard. I'm like,
I was told my nails are going to fall off. Look at my nails. Look how fabulous my nails are.
Stunning.
I was told my hair is going to fall
I was told my hair was going to fall
Look
out.
how amazing my hair. I was going to get skin
I'm writing it all down.
Look at No, I think it's really not taking people's advice. Like, everything I've told didn't happen. And then I realized, you know what, this is such an individual journey.
Yeah.
I decide how I'm going to raise the baby and what I'm going to experience. And that's how I kind of do it. Like I stopped listening to people told me, oh,
that's the advice to give. Stop listening to advice.
That's why I didn't, when you asked, I asked you how you doing, I don't give you advice. You will find your way. You're a mom.
Well, this is what I'm kind of thinking, you know, with my body and everything, all the changes that it goes through. And I've never been very good with kind of looking after myself. But now I'm kind of like, oh my God, I have to look after myself, I have to eat the right things. And my mum's like, yeah, you could have done this a few years ago. But but
it's so difficult as well with the body, because I know you and I have the same thing where people troll us over our bodies and our boobs and bum and obviously going from being a dancer on television was super thin to someone who's, I feel like I'm a normal woman now.
You're stunning.
Listen.
Breathtaking.
No, I think I used to suffer a lot with kind of that opinion that people have over you and the fact that because we are in the public eye, people have the right to make comments and directly write you or write it on your post.
Especially with social media.
Especially with social media. And I think when I felt pregnant, the first trimester, that was really hard. And people also didn't know that I was pregnant. So they were like, oh, she's gaining weight, she's gaining weight. And then second trimester, I felt so good. Right. I felt so good because I was like, when else in my life will I be able to make a human being? Lungs, I told you, lashes. Like what I'm doing is amazing. And what I look like, is so irrelevant. It's so irrelevant.
As such a positive person, obviously you must have your moments. What are kind of your go-to things? What are your little pockets of goodness in moments of difficulty?
So first, I think I have to admit to myself that I am struggling. So I have this thing where I find it hard to go, this is hard. Like, and I feel like if I do complain, I'm being lazy or I'm not being grateful. So when times are tough and I feel like I cry and I let it rip. Good. I might do it by myself. I might do it in front of my husband. I might do it in front of friends that I really, really trust.
I proper do it like in the mirror, like I'm in a film.
Really in the mirror? I'm a shower girl. I'm like, while the water's running and, you know, I can use
music
the
video.
Just cry. So I probably get a real cry in. And I've done this thing where I decided to just have people in my life that I trust. Like that I really 100% trust their opinion. I trust their way they will handle my love and the way they will handle my sadness, where I can go to my best friends and I'm like, I'm struggling. I'm tired. I don't feel great. And I'm not in the right space. And my friends will be in my house in the next 3-4 hours. They'll be like, right, what do you need?
I think crying and all of that stuff as well, it's all part of a self-care routine, isn't it? I always kind of say, you know, in the past, I haven't been so good with self-care, but I've always been good at expressing how I feel,
Yes.
telling my friends how I feel. I think that's a really important form of self-care.
And to talk.
Yes, totally. And just be, you know, to be vulnerable is such a brave, strong thing to do. Yeah, and I have that in my self-care routine, like big time now.
The cry.
Yeah.
I'm going to do my toner with a little bit of tear in it.
Yeah, just a bit of... just a bit of mascara, rivers of mascara.
It is, though.
Yeah.
I generally believe that, like, being honest with yourself, it is such a soul cleanser as well. And just getting it out there and having people to talk to.
Yes.
Like, even if it's with wine, even if it's like, girl, I'm having a tough time, let's go out.
Yes.
Even those moments, it just cleanses the soul and you feel light.
Yeah.
And they're very important.
Do you feel that as busy as you are as well, does it stop you kind of being indulgent in self-care and, you know, because there's different forms of No, that's good.
I mean, let me tell you, my self-care is not, my self-care is not insane.
Yes.
It's not insane.
I can tell you're quite relaxed about it all.
Yeah.
It's not too military.
No, I'm not the kind of like, take my baby, I need to go.
Yeah.
No, I'm not like, you're not taking my baby. Like for me, waking up in the morning and washing my face, but like proper doing like skincare and like the mask and all that for me is enough. And that's 10 minutes. And then I feel good about myself.
Yeah.
I don't wear makeup unless I'm working. So
you don't need it.
I mean, you have not seen me without makeup yet.
I can imagine how stunning.
But also like a yoga class for me is something.
Oh, you do yoga?
Yeah, we're like hot yoga.
Talk to yoga, because I've tried.
No, you're trying the wrong ones. What are you trying?
I don't know, the one where you stick your legs in the air and you're doing all that.
Don't try too much.
I'm just scared I'm going to get told off for doing it wrong in the class.
Exactly, don't go to the ones where they tell you off.
Right.
That you're supposed to be accepted the way you are. Think about what you're doing in that moment, or just sit there and just cry.
Yeah.
Just sit there and cry.
I did that once. I think that's why I'm traumatized, because I lay there on the floor. You know, at the end when it's finished, I lay there on the floor and I just went, and I cried, and it was so embarrassing. The woman next to me, she like held my hand.
Oh, you see, you must do more of that. Let it go.
But imagine it. I'll just start going every week, and they go, "Oh my god, the crying girl's here again. What are we gonna do? Oh my god,
she's back. Let's get her a bucket this time."
This has been the best therapy session I've ever had in my life. So what do you do for you? What is kind of a classic routine for you? Do you have a skincare routine?
Like a very, very long one. First of all, like when I came to this country, so many people were asking me about skincare. Like, oh, your skin looks amazing. And I was like, I'm South African. I don't do anything to my skin. And then eventually I got to the point where I was like, I'm pretty sure now I should come up with one.
Yeah.
I should.
I've only just got into mine.
Honestly.
Yeah.
So like I double cleanse.
Yeah. Oh, double cleanse.
I double cleanse.
Yeah.
I definitely double cleanse just to get everything off. And then I like it to be kind of short, and I don't want to work a lot for it. So then I use a little toner, and then I use moisturizer on my face. Yeah. And then, I won't give you...
Soap and Glory.
Yes, Soap and Glory. And then oils. Yeah. Lots of oils just to replenish. So my moisturizer is water-based, just to give my skin a little bit of water. And then the oils again, so that it doesn't dehydrate it. And just so that I can have that glow. And then I use a glow afterwards. Yeah.
Lovely.
But on another day, I'll use like a mask before... I let it soak in.
It's a good feeling, isn't it? If you put a face mask on and light a candle, you just feel like you've just smashed life, even if you've done nothing that day.
It's literally that. And then you tie your hair up. You tie it up. Like, you look like those social media influencers. Yeah. You put a little bit of, like, mascara mask.
Tapping the bottle.
Thank you. And you're like, and then you show it to the camera. And you're like, there. And then you put on a candle, and then you chill. And you feel good. You feel clean. Yes. You feel fresh, you feel renewed. Yeah. So like my skincare routine now proper takes like 10 minutes.
Oh, amazing.
And I lock myself in the bathroom as well. Yeah. So I let Dad. Like, Dad, this is your
It's a psychological process, isn't it, with skincare routine? Yeah. I've realised that in my older age. I used to just get a makeup wipe and just kind of do that. But now it's like, I really like to get it off.
Even with the rock, you know, that rock.
God, I think I'm using them wrong because my chin just gets bigger.
No, it doesn't. Keep using them. Keep using them. Keep using them. And like just to fix the face, and then you're good. Now, the other thing I think I enjoyed is when my daughter smiles at me.
Yeah. Oh.
Listen, she can poop on me. I can have poop in my nails. She can cry. She can vomit. But when you're like struggling and you haven't slept and you smell and you haven't showered and your hair is a mess and your glam's
like you've been at Glastonbury for months.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When you're a mess and you look down and they smile, you're like, it goes away.
One more question I have for you is with your baby. It's not on here, but I'd love to know. Do you think if you sort of see her starting to dance and do all those things, will you really kind of, will you?
I'll go mad.
Or will you? Or do you think you'll push for it? Or do you think you'll kind of worry? Or
I think because everyone asks me that, and as soon as she moves, everybody's like, ooh, here comes the dancer.
Yeah.
I don't think I want her to become a dancer.
That's interesting.
But I do want her to know how to dance.
Right.
For the qualities that dance gives, I think I want her to be able to be very confident herself. I want her to have something to focus on when she's young. Listen, I've already got a plan for her to win Wimbledon. So
great, that's good. That's a good plan.
That's where we're going with this.
Good plan.
So she can dance because the dance is going to give her a quick fit so that she can hit the ball.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
She sounds like she's going to be a pretty amazing person.
I hope so.
Yeah.
If she says, I have no intentions of working, I will faint. I'll actually be like, my daughter doesn't want to do anything.
Oh, God. Well, do you know what? Congratulations on life.
Thank you.
Congratulations on winning at life. You're a huge inspiration to me. I think you're amazing. Thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And thank you for watching Soaking Up Life with me, Emily Atack, and my special guest, Oti Mabuse. And remember, if in doubt, cry it out in the shower.
Yeah.